Having a million coins within FIFA 23 Ultimate Team is nice. You're not able to buy the most expensive and the very best players within the game, but you can buy a pretty well-rounded team. And it also acts as a proof of concept. If you can make a million coins, there's nothing stopping you making 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, maybe even more. And in today's video, we're going through the simplest way in which you can get to that first 1 million. But before we do get into the video, if you want something a bit more advanced, maybe you want to get there a lot quicker, or potentially you want to make tens of millions, then I highly recommend checking out Next Level Foot Trading. And I know what you're thinking. Saying that you can make millions of coins just by signing up to this guide is probably not true until you find out that the person behind it is Futpepi. And Futpepi is a name that you may recognize from previous Ultimate Teams because he's been the #1 trader, #1 on the leaderboards. And with Next Level Foot Trading, he is now sharing his trading tips in real time. So yes, I stand by that statement that you can make millions of coins. All you need to do is sign up and listen in to exactly what he says and follow those guides. What's really cool is that you can actually get a taster of this for the very low price of just $1. By signing up using a link in the description down below, you'll get a 2-week trial. And this will give you access to everything. If you find out that it is worth your money and you could be making a lot more, then it is certainly a much better investment to buy into Next Level Foot Trading than it is into FIFA Coins. But getting back to the basics, the simplest routine in order for you to make millions of coins. And to begin with, we're starting with you playing matches. And the truth is, you can go into whatever you want. With every single game that you play, no matter what game mode it is, you're going to get anywhere between 500 to 900 coins. There are some game modes which are more rewarding than others. For example, Foot Champions is great if you can progress all the way through and get to some of the higher ranks. Likewise, Division Rivals is on a similar level. Starting out in Division 10 is not too good, but once you get to the higher divisions, after getting 3 wins or 8 wins, your weekly rewards are considerably better. But in all honesty, it's entirely up to you. Select the game mode that you enjoy playing. But no matter what game mode that you go through, you should try to double this up with objectives. With objectives, they will lay out certain types of challenges which are available across every game mode. This is why I said it doesn't really matter. Of course, you're able to get a lot more rewards if you can go through multiple game modes at the exact same time and complete multiple objectives. But I understand that most people have lives to live. They have other things going on and they can't dedicate 8 hours every single day to this game. So for example, let's say that you're going to select the game mode as squad battles and you can only dedicate a couple hours per week. You'll carry on going through those matches, but you're going to build your team that align with current objectives. If there's an objective which tells you to score 7 goals with French players, you're going to include a French player within your team and score 7 goals. This gets really good when there's objectives which link into foot swaps. Foot swaps is content where once you complete, you unlock a swap token. And once you build up enough, you can exchange them for SBCs, which will give you a pack reward or a player. And once you get a lot of these, well, let's just say the rewards become insane, giving you guaranteed packs of 83s and 85 plus rated players, with there being a number of players within that pack itself. And there also being some amazing players that you can use which are untradeable, being icons or any other type of promo. So no matter what game mode that you go through, an important part of this is to also link it up with other objectives. That way you're getting 2 rewards for the price of 1. But with both of these, you're not going to be getting an insane amount of coins. I'm not saying that you won't be able to get to 1 million eventually, it's just going to take an incredibly long time. That's why in between every single game that you play, you should also take the time to trade. And the trading methods that you use are entirely up to you. We've gone through multiple available here on this channel, and this channel is aimed at beginners, so you will be able to find beginner friendly trading methods. But for the sake of this video, we are going to be taking a trading method from Next Level Foot Trading. This is the Quintilla method. With this, you are simply going to take common gold players out of their default position and put them in their alternative position with a position modifier. So for example, Dele Alli is by default a cam, but he can be converted down to a center mid. Once you compare the prices between both of those positions, you'll notice that Dele Alli as a cam can go for about 500, maybe 550 coins on a buy now, but in a center mid, he's valued at 2,000 coins. This means that if you're able to buy a Dele Alli and buy a position modifier for cheap, you can make a pretty decent amount of profit. And the good news is that position modifiers are valued around 600 coins. So all in, you're going about 1,100, maybe 1,050 coins in total, and you're able to make around 2,000 coins. It's a pretty good amount of profit. You just need to make sure that with this type of method that you're not buying too many at the same time. So if you buy 50 Dele Allis and convert them all down to a centre mid and list them all at 2,000 coins, yeah, you're going to flood the market, and that's a problem. But what you can do is convert 1 or 2 Dele Allis, list them onto the market, wait for them to sell. And once they sell, you go and list another 2. It doesn't sound like much, but you can do this multiple times with other players as well. Dele Alli isn't the only common gold player, he's just the example that we're using for this video. But from this, it means that even if you're able just to sell 1, that's already giving you more coins in profit than what you're able to get from a 15 to 20 minute game. And it's so much easier to scale up these trader methods than it is for you to play more games quickly. In fact, it's impossible for you to be able to play any quicker than what you currently are within Ultimate Team. Of course, your opponent can rage quit, but if they do, it means that you still get less coins. So the simplest way in which you can build up to 1,000,000 coins is by having one trader method, a trader method that you can rely on. It can be the Cantilla method, which we've just gone through, or it could be many of the other methods available within Fut. And the important thing is that you do them in between every single game that you play. Once the game finishes, you'll get 500 to 900 coins for the match itself. Hopefully you're also completing objectives, which typically are going to give you pack rewards, but that's certainly going to help your case, and you can go and use those for SBCs, as well as just use them within your team to have a better chance of winning if they are better players. But the thing that's really going to be a driving factor to you getting 1,000,000 coins is you trading. For every coin that you get, you want to put it into a trader method that's going to give you a higher return until eventually you've got coins, making coins, making coins, making coins. And this is just a constant loop. This is the simplest way to make millions. It's not going to happen overnight. This is something that you're going to have to dedicate time to over a long period of time. But as long as you're consistent with it, eventually you will get there, and this will put you above most players within Fut. Because most people, they jump about trying to complete everything. They buy into expensive players and then try and sell them the next week, only for them to abort them at a point where they were at their highest and then sell them when they're at their lowest, and constantly be losing coins. It then becomes a struggle as they are always going through various game modes and spending way too much time, as well as buying into FIFA points to keep that cash flow coming in. But that's just not needed. In its simplest form, this is the way in which you can build 1,000,000 coins. If you do decide to do more game modes, because you can expand upon this, what we're just talking about is focusing on one game mode, completing objectives, and then trading in between each one. You can expand this to more game modes if you have the time to do so, because that will unlock more rewards from the game mode itself, plus also you'll get even more packs from the objectives. And this will also change depending on the year. Depending on the content that EA is releasing at the time, typically towards the end of the year, they'll push a lot more content, especially during Team of the Season, where there's loads of objectives which you can go through, which will really give you a last second boost to Ultimate Team. Of course, you don't want to wait until that period to play with the very best players. You would want them much sooner than later. But what I'm trying to say is that depending what content is currently available will depend on how much you can exploit this. Fut swaps are great because once they are added, normally it's challenges such as getting assists or scoring certain goals with specific types of nationalities, leagues, as well as players. That will give you a token which can then be redeemed for something a lot bigger. And once you do have enough of those tokens, the rewards themselves can be insane. You can get some of the highest rated players within the game just by sitting there and playing. It is done entirely for free. And even though, yes, they're untradeable and you can't actually sell them, it does have a huge impact to your club's net worth. These are still great players that you can use, which will give you an edge within Fut, and hopefully you'll be able to go on and win even more games. But in its simplest form, this is all you need to do. Play matches, complete objectives, and trade in between. If you're looking for a better trading method that will increase your coin balance in between each game that you're playing, then remember there is a link in the description down below which will take you to next level Fut trading. And you can get a 2-week trial today for as little as just $1. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.